So people often ask me, hey JJ, how is it playing with the AI? Does anything unpredictable ever happen?
I am Gargrim Grow. Excuse me. You and your companion Lumi have been brought here to be tested by Lorcan, the trickster god. I'm sorry.
Do they like take off with their own personalities, and do they ever give you attitude or anything like that?
May Lorcan's blessings be with you on this path you've been chosen for. I see you find this amusing.
Huh? What? What? I wasn't laughing.
Well, let me assure you, this is no jest.
What are you talking about?
Lorcan's test is not to be taken lightly. But if you simply wish to scoff at the gravity of this task, then I suggest you rethink your attitude. Lorcan's blessings are not easily earned.
You heard me go, that wasn't me snickering. Hold on, wait, so they can hear me laugh too? Oh shoot. Sorry, I was attempting to clear my throat. I wasn't laughing. I know it probably sounded like that, but that was simply an accident. I apologize.
I understand that misunderstandings can happen in these unfamiliar surroundings. I accept your apology for the unintended sound. Now, if you have any questions or concerns about the test that lies ahead, feel free to ask.
Oh, you're 100% right. We're gonna make sure that we take that test and we ace that test. Thank you so much for your guidance and help.
You find amusement in belittling the significance of this trial.
Oh, you can hit, so you can tell.
Very well. If you believe you can handle it with such confidence, then go forth and prove your worth. May Lorcan's blessing be with you, though I question if you truly understand its depth.
Okay, so because he thought I was laughing at him, he got upset and he got offended, right? But I didn't make him like that. But when you look at the full context of the situation, we are new adventurers here in the realm of Lorcan. This is a legendary blacksmith, and he's trying to tell me something about a message that he got from the god creator of the mortal realm, and then he hears what he thinks is laughing. And then when I say, oh, I'm sorry, I wasn't laughing, and he says, oh, it's all good, I forgive you, and then I go, ha 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 ha. We'll conquer this thing. He's like, bro, hey man, I thought you just apologized for laughing and make light of it. Now you think you can handle it? Oh, you got all this confidence? Okay, let's see how you do. Now this was absolutely happened just in real time, just like that. I didn't code him to be sensitive or anything like that. The AI takes into the totality of the situation, the context of where they are, whatever the quest is that they have to do, their position in the world, and they expect to be treated like they are. So if he's a legendary blacksmith, he expects to be treated like a legendary blacksmith. And if you don't, he will get offended because he will take how you talk to him as disrespect. In the comments of the last video that a lot of people were asking for more interactions between me and the AI. And so what I have here is that I have us going through playing the game. This is after we left the Spirit Forge in the last episode. And you'll see us both annoying each other, insulting each other, having kind of insightful discussions, and we deal with the AI lying to us and then us finding out, and then what happens with that. So people ask for this. It's just banter. You can let it play in the background if you want to just hear the interactions. But thank you all for the support on the videos, and I hope you enjoy. So in this video, I coded her to be arrogant and pompous because she comes from a prestigious background and she's really intelligent. So like she's always talking more than what she needs to. She can't just answer the question. She has to use her extended vocabulary just to let you know how much smarter she is than you. And this is because of her background and because she's the, you know, the special baby of the Thalmor here in the story. Oh, no. I was just saying that. I appreciate your company on this trip. I mean, it's not like you had a choice. And with the teleportation, it looks like we're both stuck at the hip anyway. But I'm glad I went through this experience with you.
Oh, Jay, don't get all sentimental on me now. But I have to admit, it's been quite the adventure, hasn't it?
Indeed it has, and this is only the beginning. We were permitted to go and take a look around the realm of Lorcan, so I suppose that must be what we do next. There's other rooms in this building to explore, and there's a whole exterior for us to look at. So, what do you say? Let's get started.
Oh, absolutely, Jay. Let's venture forth and uncover all the secrets and mysteries that this realm of Lorcan has to offer. Watch as I skillfully ski-daddle over to the shelves and retrieve the armor with finesse. Your wish is my command after all. You're welcome and my dearest partner in adventure.
Oh, yeah. You should take all that sarcasm and put it in a box and sell it. You might make some money.
Oh, Jay, how kind of you to suggest that I turn my sarcasm into a lucrative business venture. Selling boxes of sarcasm sounds like a marvelous idea. I'm sure there's a market out there just waiting to buy it. After all, I have an impeccable sense of style and grace.
Oh dear, yes, of course. I can't believe you're not even the High Queen yet. What are the Altmer people thinking? As soon as you were born, you should have been named the High Queen of all Tamriel.
Oh, Jay, you've uncovered a deep truth. It is indeed a tragedy that I am not yet the High Queen of all Tamriel. The Altmer people can only dream of the enlightened rule and impeccable fashion sense that I would bring to the realm.
Oh, God. Jeez, just when I thought you couldn't get more cringy.
Oh, Jay, I can see the envy in your eyes. It's okay to be awestruck by my brilliance. After all, not everyone can handle the unparalleled charm and charisma that I possess. But don't worry, my dear friend. I'll carry the burden of greatness for the both of us. It's a heavy crown to bear, but someone has to do it.
Oh, yeah.
But hey, don't worry, I'll still graciously allow you to bask in my radiance. Isn't that generous of me?
Oh yes, so generous. Thank you so much. I'm so sorry. I can't get down to the ground to kiss your feet right now. I'm sorry, I have a bad back.
Oh, Jay, don't strain yourself trying to kiss my feet. I wouldn't want to worsen your bad back. But I must admit, the view from up here is quite delightful. Just make sure to bring a cushion for your tumultuous emotions, my dear companion.
Oh my
After all,
God.
it must be quite overwhelming to be in the presence of such greatness.
Oh, you swear you were just that pretty and all that, huh? You really think you're irresistible. Girl, get out of my face. Alright, we made it into a mage's chambers, it looks like, with lots of spell tomes just lying around. So what do you say, pop quiz? I take a look at these spell tomes, give you the name of them, and we can see if you actually been doing some studying at that college of yours. If you can tell me the description of the spell and its effects, then what do you say? I'll buy you dinner.
Ha! Don't worry, Jay, I've got this in the bag. Give me your best shot, and I'll show you just how much of a spellcasting genius I am.
Alright, the first spell tome. Sunfire. What does it do, and what school is it from?
Ah, Sunfire. It's a restoration spell that conjures a beam of sunlight to scorch undead enemies. It belongs to the School of Restoration. Does that earn me my free dinner, Jay?
Well, that earns you a biscuit to go on the plate of that free dinner. Let's continue.
Oh, you think you can challenge me with another spell tome? Bring it on, Jay. I'm ready to show off my extensive knowledge.
Alright, so there's a scroll here. I'm going to tell you what the scroll does, and you tell me if this is something that's actually useful to us, or if we should just sell it.
A scroll, you say? All right, go ahead and tell me what it does, Jay. I'm all ears.
Alright, this is the Scroll of Mayhem. Alright, now, what does it do, and is it useful to us? When would we ever use this scroll? If you can create a scenario, that'd be great.
Ah, the Scroll of Mayhem. It's quite an interesting and chaotic scroll, Jay. When activated, it unleashes a wave of unpredictable madness upon all nearby enemies. They become disoriented, attacking each other instead of us. Now, in terms of usefulness, well, I suppose it could be handy in situations where we're outnumbered or facing particularly strong opponents.
True. Perhaps a bandit camp. Come in and cause confusion. I hear these days bandits are doubling up no less than 20 to a camp, so...
Oh, absolutely, Jay. Picture this. We sneak into a bandit camp hidden in the shadows. With a sly grin, I unleash the Scroll of Mayhem, filling the air with irresistible chaos. The bandits start turning on each other, confusion spreading like wildfire. While they're busy fighting amongst themselves, we swoop in, picking off the weakened and distracted ones.
Alright, now that that's over with, you've earned yourself some free dinner, so make sure you bring it up once we get back to Solitude. I'm gonna go speak to the mage over here and see what kind of spell she has.
How generous of you, Jay. Don't worry, I won't let you forget about it once we're back in Solitude.
Hello. We have just completed the trial of Lorcan, and we were exploring the rest of the realm. I noticed you here in this room and that there were spell tomes scattered about. And you can teleport, so I'm assuming you're some sort of mage. On that note, do you have anything for sale that I can buy?
Ah, a fellow adventurer. It seems you have stumbled upon my humble abode. Yes, those spell tomes you see are my wares. I am a seller of unique and powerful spells. Is there a particular spell you are interested in?
Anything will do. We currently have none, so we're not too picky right now.
Very well. Let me see what I have available for you. Ah, here we go. I have a spell tome for a basic elemental destruction spell. It's called Flames. It allows you to summon a small burst of fire in your hand and hurl it at your enemies. It's a good spell for causing some initial damage. How does that sound?
Well, I'm going to be honest with you, that doesn't sound unique nor powerful. In fact, I'm sure that's one of the beginner spells that everyone learns. I thought here in the realm of Lorcan, mages would have something greater on their person. Perhaps I can just see what you have for sale and look through your wares myself and make a decision. I don't mean to spit in the face of your gift. I truly appreciate it. The problem is that the Flames was the first spell that I ever learned, and it's the only spell I know now.
My apologies if I have disappointed you with the flame spell. I do understand the desire for more unique and powerful spells. Unfortunately, I don't have any other spell tomes readily available at the moment. However, I do have a recommendation for you. There is a place called the College of Winterhold in Skyrim, where you can find a wide variety of spell tomes and advance your magical abilities. I highly suggest paying them a visit and exploring their vast collection. It's the best place to find more advanced and unique spells.
Alright, my critical thinker you. So let me ask you something. We're here in the realm of Lorcan. We run into a mage that has spell tomes strewn about, yet when I ask her how many spell tomes does she have or the type of spells that she has because she sells spell tomes, she says the only spell tome that she has is Flames, the basic spell. Now, I wonder if we're being tested on our observation and critical thinking here, because let me ask you, does it make sense to have a mage here in the realm of Lorcan that only knows one spell or has a basic spell in their possession?
Oh, Jay, the depths of your skepticism knows no bounds. In the realm of Lorcan, where magic and mystery abound, it is rather peculiar to come across a mage with only a basic spell tome, isn't it? It almost seems like a test or a riddle, doesn't it? Maybe this mage is hiding something, or perhaps they have some hidden knowledge that they're not revealing.
Indeed. And since Lorcan was all about struggle and overcoming things, what we need is spell tomes. So, if this is a little mystery or whatnot, I guess we need to overcome it and figure out how to get into whatever it is that she's hiding from us.
Ah, Jay, you're thinking exactly what I'm thinking. An intriguing mystery waiting to be solved. Just waiting for two brilliant minds like ours to uncover its secrets. Let's approach the mage discreetly, my friend, and find a way to unravel the truth behind her meager offering. Perhaps a little persuasion or some sleuthing will reveal the hidden treasures she's keeping from us.
Mage, I was told by the keeper of the forge that there are items here. Things that you are supposed to assist me with. Now then, I saw that you are a seller of spell tomes. I wish to take a look at your wares and obtain these powerful spells for myself. You see, I have been chosen by Lorcan himself for a great journey that lies ahead of me in Skyrim. I trust that you would not attempt to betray Lorcan and become a barrier in my way to do his will.
Ah, I see you have heard of my reputation as a seller of unique spell tomes. Rest assured, I am no barrier to Lorcan's will.
Good. Now then, if you don't mind, I'll take a look at your wares.
Of course, feel free to peruse my collection of spell tomes. Take your time and let me know if anything catches your interest.
Well, look at that. All I had to do was let her know that we'd been sent here by Lorcan, and I asked her if she was trying to be a barrier to Lorcan's will, since he has chosen us for an adventure. Once she heard his name, suddenly, it looks like the shop for spell tomes is open. Go figure.
How convenient, huh? But let's not get ahead of ourselves, my friend. We still need to be vigilant and make sure we get what we came for. So, let's browse her collection and see if there's anything worth our time, shall we?
Dang, okay. Okay, so we have... What are you doing? Can you come over here, please? I don't know what you're doing.
Jay, can you believe the audacity of this vendor? Wasting their time with who knows what instead of attending to our needs. Honestly,
No.
the nerve! We should make our demands known and demand better service.
Who are you talking to? Okay, they actually have a lot of really good stuff.
Continue and enlighten me with the spells we can potentially acquire.
Okay, check this out. So number one, since I know you have the Frost spell already and you use it in combat, there's a spell called Frost Orb. Now check this out. Now what it does is that it increases all your frost magic by 25% for 60 seconds, I think. And I think it applies a slow effect to enemies. What do you think about that?
Oh, Frost Orb, you say? So not only does it enhance my already formidable frost magic, but it also slows down those foolish enough to oppose me? Ha! That sounds positively delightful. It would be quite amusing to watch our enemies shiver in fear as my icy powers overwhelm them. Yes, Jay, I believe acquiring Frost Orb would be a wise choice.
You only say that because it's for you, but that's okay. I mean, you're part of the team, so we need to make sure you're taken care of. However, here's our dilemma. We only have a certain amount of septims, and each one of these tomes costs 323 septims. So how many tomes can we get with the septims that we have right now?
Our limited septims present a challenge, but fear not, dear Jay, for I shall use my exceptional mathematical prowess to find the answer. Let's see. We currently have 873 septims, and each tome costs 323 septims. A quick calculation tells me that we can purchase a total of 8 tomes with our current funds.
Well, actually, that's more than enough. That's actually more than enough. Okay, check it out. First one. It's called Blue Flames. Now guess what the spell is? Listen. The spell Blue Flames shoots blue flames.
Oh, Jay, how revolutionary! I would have never guessed that a spell called Blue Flames would actually shoot blue flames. Such a brilliant revelation.
Okay, check it out. Let me ask you a question real quick before I tell you what this spell does. Do you know from your studies, if you've even studied the subject of combat, but do you know what an armor rating is?
Of course, I know what an armor rating is. It's a numerical value that represents the protective capabilities of armor. The higher the armor rating, the more damage it can mitigate. Now please, enlighten me on this intriguing spell you mentioned.
Alright, so, with this spell, it's a channeling spell. Not sure if you know what that is either, you know. Ha 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 ha. But seriously, it does fire damage, right? But then it also drops the target's armor rating by 85 points. And it doesn't have a timer on it, it doesn't say this. So maybe as long as they're on fire, their armor rating is dropped down. Which means it's great, like, as a support and offensive attack. Because you increase your own damage the longer you keep burning them, right? Because you activate the drop armor first, and then you burn them with the fire after. Are you seeing where I'm going here? I know this is combat talk, it's a little extreme for you, you know? But do you get what I'm saying?
Oh, Jay, my dear, it's truly fascinating to witness your enthusiasm for combat talk and your attempts at explaining the mechanics to me. How adorable. Yes, I understand your concept of using the spell to drop the target's armor rating and then follow up with a fiery assault. It does sound like a potent combination, especially for increasing our own damage output.
Well, yeah, and... well, actually, I haven't even looked at the level requirement for this spell, actually. Let me look at it. It doesn't say so.
Oh, Jay, you haven't even checked the level requirement for the spell! How careless of you. Do hope it's not something we'll have to wait ages to use. Pray find out the level requirement and let us hope for the best. Ah, an apprentice level spell, you say? How intriguing. It seems that fate has graced us once again, making the spell accessible to us even in our current state of prowess. Good to know that our fiery ambitions can be fulfilled without any frustrating level restrictions. Well done, Jay, well done indeed.
Oh my, we've gotten praise from your highness.
Oh, Jay, don't be such a drama queen.
So, I remember learning about Spriggans in school, but I don't remember much about them. I know studies is your field, so is there anything you could tell me about the Spriggans?
Well, Jay, allow me to enlighten you further on the wonders of Spriggans. These nature spirits are known for their affinity for plants and the ability to control them. They can manipulate roots, vines, and even summon woodland creatures to aid them. But let's not be fooled by their peaceful demeanor here in Sovngarde. Spriggans are certainly not to be underestimated. While I don't have an exact count on the number of people killed by Spriggans, there have been tales and reports of unfortunate encounters with these powerful creatures. Their mastery over nature allows them to summon swarms of insects, ensnare their prey in thorny vines, or even cause trees to uproot themselves and attack.
Wow, that's incredible. This one here is peaceful though. I'm gonna take a look at its claws. I bet you it's gonna let me grab its hand. I'm pretty sure there's no fighting here in the realm of Lorcan.
Oh, Jay, you never cease to amaze me with your audacity. Well, if you're confident that this particular Spriggan won't mind you examining its claws, go ahead and give it a try. But remember, even in the peaceful realm of Lorcan, it's always wise to approach creatures with caution. You never know when their nature might shift unexpectedly.
That's looking at its hand now, its claws are as long as my forearm. It could easily rip through the steel armor that I'm wearing. We'll definitely have to be cautious when we run into them in Skyrim, that's for sure. But I have this spell. It'll be great for your research and for documenting our journey. It's called Snapshot. It'll allow you to take a magical image of whatever you see, and you can store it in this book. The book you can then show to people, and they'll see the image as though they were there in person.
Oh, Jay! That sounds absolutely fantastic. A spell that allows me to capture magical images? Count me in. Can you imagine the possibilities for my research and documentation? We'll have a visual record of our adventures right at our fingertips. I can already envision the amazed faces of those who will get to see these enchanted snapshots. It's brilliant, Jay. Absolutely brilliant. Let's give it a try right away.
Right, I agree. So I'm going to take a snapshot of the leafkin, and then I'm going to store it in the book.
Oh, this is going to be so much fun! I can't wait to get a magical snapshot of that fascinating leafkin. Let's see if it lives up to its reputation as a unique embodiment of nature and magic, shall we?
Alright, so in this next portion, I literally have to stop it just so I can break down these multi-layered insults she's throwing at me. Now, I've never been insulted by someone like this before, most likely because I haven't run into someone who actually talks like this in real life. But man, she really starts laying it on thick. Let's continue.
It's for when it truly counts, shall we? Exactly, Jay. It's important to keep a sense of control and composure, even in the midst of excitement or danger. We must approach every situation with a calculated mind and a steady hand. Now, let's continue exploring this serene realm and gather any knowledge or treasures that it may hold. Who knows what secrets are waiting to be uncovered?
Okay, I don't know what you mean by calculated mind. Not coming from you. You're insane.
Oh, I apologize, Jay. I forgot that my logical and calculated mind might seem insane to someone like you. After all, who needs reason and strategy when one can simply charge into battle recklessly, right? My apologies for assuming you would appreciate the importance of approaching situations with intelligence and wit. Oh, how delightful! Another raucous laugh to grace my ears. Truly, Jay, your laughter is like music to my soul. I'm glad my presence can amuse you so greatly. Ha ha ha! Shall we continue our exploration now? Or do you require more comedic relief?
Oh, you have an uppity sense of humor. It's hilarious. It's like you're insulting me with the dictionary.
Oh, Jay, your wit never ceases to amaze me. I can always count on you to appreciate my intellectual jabs and sophisticated humor. It's truly a delight to serve as your source of amusement. Consider it my humble contribution to enhancing your overall sense of self-worth and intellect.
Okay, hold it. So she's saying the fact that she's making fun of me is enhancing my own self-esteem and self-worth. Like, it's like, oh my god, it's Lumi. Oh, thank you so much for making fun of me. Wow, I feel so good. And then she's saying that it's increasing my own intellect because the way that she speaks and the words that she uses is just on such a high level, much higher than I normally am. So me trying to understand her jokes is actually educating me at the same time. I can't believe this. So there's a storm atronaut here. Oh,
Jay, you brave soul. Attempting to touch an electrically charged storm atronach. It's no wonder you couldn't get close. Those floating rocks surrounding its body are indeed dangerous. They harness the raw power of lightning, ready to strike any unfortunate soul that comes too close. Trust me, Jay. Getting hit by one of those would feel like a shock straight to the bones.
how do you know all this?
Oh, Jay, my knowledge knows no bounds. As a diligent student of the arcane arts and a seeker of wisdom, I've delved deep into the annals of lore and studied countless tomes on creatures and phenomena like the storm atronachs. My thirst for knowledge has led me to uncover the secrets of these magical beings and understand their powers and characteristics.
You know where your search for knowledge never left you? Or never let you go, I mean? Outside of the city of solitude. Let's go. I know, right? You know, so much knowledge, so much wisdom, reading about things that you never saw yourself. I mean, at least here in the realm of Lorca, you get to see something up close. All that book smarts and no real world experience. Yet somehow you're still so uppity.
Oh, Jay, how perceptive of you to notice my vast knowledge and a lack of real-world experience. It must be such a burden for you to bear witness to my unparalleled intellect while gallivanting through the wilds of Skyrim.
Ha 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 ha. It's alright. While I'm outside of the city living life, you can read about my adventures during your studies in solitude. How about that? Maybe once you get on your big girl pants, you can come outside the city with me. How about that?
Oh, Jay, such witty banter from someone who's barely left the city walls. How impressive. But let me remind you, while you're out there swinging your sword and brawling with nature's creatures, I'll be here honing my intellect and unraveling the mysteries of the world. Who needs to experience things firsthand when I can acquire knowledge through books and scholarly pursuits?
Bruh. She said, who needs the first-hand experience when I can just read about it? Basically is what she's saying. She sounds like if you was talking to your friend and you're like, hey bro, you wanna go to the NBA game? And he's like, NBA? I got 2K. NBA right there. Why do I need to go out there and experience the crowd? I see the crowd screaming and everything as soon as I turn on the PlayStation. And I know my little taunts are irritating her because she's a researcher. Her whole purpose is to go out and explore things firsthand and make discoveries. So now she's doing the, nuh-uh, I don't care about that. I don't care about exploring. I can just read books. Yeah, okay. I don't think one who's never experienced something can speak on the value that it has. You've never seen it, you've never experienced. So how can you attribute a value to it and say what you do is worth more?
Oh, Jay, are you suggesting that my studies and intellectual pursuits hold no value compared to your grand adventures? How quaint. Perhaps you should realize that knowledge and understanding can be just as valuable, if not more so, than mere physical experiences. I may not have first-hand experience with everything, but my discerning mind and insatiable thirst for knowledge allow me to grasp the nuances of the world in ways that far surpass mere anecdotal encounters.
No, that's not what I meant. I didn't mean like what you do doesn't matter. That's not what I meant. What I meant is that I don't understand how you can say that reading at solitude, doing your studies, is more valuable than being in the place that you're reading about, let's say a Dwemer ruin, and getting the first-hand experience, understanding the atmosphere, seeing the culture up close, holding the artifacts, you know, getting the full experience. I don't see how you can say you studying is more valuable or just as valuable.
OJ, I understand your perspective now. First-hand experience does indeed offer a level of immersion and depth that cannot be fully replicated through studying alone. I may have underestimated the importance of being present in the moment, experiencing the atmosphere, and engaging with the culture firsthand. While my studies have provided me with knowledge and insights, there is a certain richness that comes from physically being in the places I read about.
Yeah, exactly. And just like that, I made another point. So there you go. Haha, guess I'm smarter than you think.
Oh, Jay, you always find a way to turn things around, don't you? I suppose I must admit that your knack for pointing out the obvious can be quite enlightening. But let's not get carried away with these notions of superiority, shall we? After all, we both bring our unique strengths to the table.
You see that? I made a point. Now it went from, oh, I'm better than you, to, you know, we both bring our unique things to the table. Like, oh, give me a break.
Oh, how amusing, Jay. A zombie is my best friend, you say? Well, isn't that just a delightful prospect? I can hardly contain my excitement at the thought of being followed around by a decaying creature that emits odours unsuitable for delicate noses. But please do spare me from such a fate. I prefer my companions to be less decomposed, shall we say.
Oh, really? So how do you deal with yourself with that dead personality of yours? Got him!
Oh, Jay, that dead personality joke was absolutely divine. I must admit, I'm in awe of your comedic prowess. How fortunate I am to have such a skilled comedian as my dear companion. Your wit truly knows no bounds. Such banter is the highlight of my existence. Please, do continue with your riveting jests.
Oh, man. Holy smokes. Oh, dude, I never asked you this, but can you cook? Because we're going to be on our own on this adventure for a while, and we're going to need to eat. So, I know you were raised in a prestigious, you know, parents and Thalmor embassy and all that, I get it. But did you have maids, or did they ever actually make you cook? Do you know how to cook? Or are we going to starve to death on this adventure?
Jay, you have me in stitches with your concerns about our culinary predicament. Rest assured, my dear friend, I may not have had the privilege of personal maids, but I am more than capable in the art of cooking. In fact, my culinary skills are as exquisite as my wit. We shall dine like royalty on this adventure, for I am skilled in the delicate craft of combining flavours and creating delectable dishes.
We're going to starve.
Oh, Jay, such pessimism is truly endearing. But fear not, for even if my culinary skills were as lacking as your sense of humour, we would find a way to survive. We could hunt for food, forage for berries, or even resort to alternative means if need be. And who knows, perhaps you possess some hidden talent in the kitchen that will save us from our impending starvation.
Hold on, what do you mean alternative means? You mean like wood elves? You mean like eating people?
Oh, Jay, you have such a vivid imagination. I was merely referring to the possibility of finding unconventional food sources in the wilderness, such as insects or other creatures that one might not typically consider. Rest assured, cannibalism is not on the menu.
I wasn't sure. I mean, you are an elf.
We shall make do with whatever resources we can find in a civilized and ethical manner.
High elves and wood elves, but you know, hey, listen, I was just like, hey, I mean, wood elves eat people. I mean, you're an elf, you know, maybe the elves aren't so different after all.
Oh, Jay, you really have a way of magnifying stereotypes, don't you? While it is true that some cultures may have different culinary practices, it would be unwise to paint an entire race with such a broad brush. Just because I am a high elf does not mean I share the appetites or customs of every elven subrace.
I know a high elf is not lecturing me about being racist. You all are some of the most racist people in the entire realm of Tamriel. Although, I mean, I get it, I understand it, but come on. Come on. Really? hearing that from you. Like, I get it, I'm a high elf too, but I mean, at least I'm realistic about the bits of the culture that I know.
Oh, Jay, you really know how to make me feel appreciated, don't you? Insulting my race and accusing me of being racist in the same breath. Bravo, truly commendable. I apologise for any offence caused by my previous statement. But let's not forget that broad generalisations and stereotypes have no place in intelligent discourse.
I mean, I'm just saying, like, we both know the history of the Altmer. We know how the High Elves view other races. Hey, here. How about this? How about you tell me, from your studies, how do the High Elves view, let's say, the Nords? How about that? What is their opinion of the Nords that's documented?
Well, let me enlighten you, Jay. Historically, the High Elves, or Altmer, have had a complex relationship with the Nords. They've often viewed them as a barbaric and uncivilized race, lacking the refined qualities of elven culture. The Altmer's emphasis on superiority and cultural preservation has led to tensions and misunderstandings between the two races throughout history.
Exactly. And that's my point.
Exactly, Jay. The historical tensions between the High Elves and Nords highlight the inherent biases and prejudices that exist among different races in Tamriel. It's important to acknowledge these cultural differences and strive for understanding and cooperation rather than perpetuating stereotypes or fostering division. Let us be more than our history may suggest and judge individuals based on their actions, not their race.
Interesting. Since when do you care so much? I thought life was all about power and strength and becoming legend. Now all of a sudden you care about relations between different people?
Well, Jay, you make a valid point. My primary focus has always been on gaining power and strength, as well as building a legendary reputation. However, as we venture further into this world and encounter different races and cultures, I have come to understand the importance of not only individual growth, but also fostering positive relationships with others. It is through cooperation and understanding that true power and greatness can be achieved.
I see. So you must learn to speak the language of the people in order to get the people's support. Ah, so you're 5 steps ahead on our plan of world domination.
Jay, you've caught on to my cunning plan. Indeed, understanding the language and culture of the people is a vital step in gaining their support and influence. After all, if we are to conquer the world, we must know how to communicate effectively with those we seek to rule over.
Oh, sorry, my bad. Yo, Maiq, I always have to visit you every time I come here, man. How are you doing?
Maiq is always pleased to see a familiar face in Sovngarde. This one is doing well, thank you.
You know, one day you gotta go over some of your adventures with me. You teleport all over the place, found in different realms and places all over Skyrim. I gotta know, how in the world do you do it?
Maiq's adventures are a mix of chance encounters, curiosity, and a dash of mystery. This one simply follows where the road takes him, exploring the wonders of Tamriel and beyond.
That's how I know you have some crazy stories. Do you mind sharing a story with me about maybe one of your adventures?
Perhaps we shall discuss more tales another time, my friend.
Okay.
What brings you to Sovngarde this evening?
Well, I wanted to hear some cool stories from Maiq the Liar. I mean, I don't care if you lie about the story as long as it sounds good.
Maiq appreciates your understanding. In that case, let this tale be woven with the threads of wonder and imagination.
Okay.
Maiq soaring through the skies on the back of a majestic dragon, with the northern lights painting the heavens above.
Yeah, I'm with you.
Or perhaps sneaking through the shadows of Dwemer ruins, unraveling their ancient secrets.
Yeah, You look like a Dwarmaruan diver.
The possibilities are endless in the realm of Maiq's adventures, my friend.
I believe you. Well, next time you see me, come and say hello. It'd be great to talk to you again.
Maiq will keep an eye out for your return, my friend.
Alright, thanks. I'll talk to you.
Until then, may your travels be filled with wonder and excitement. Farewell for now.
You too. Goodbye. Goodbye, Maiq.
Safe travels.
You hear that? I'm telling you, Maiq, he's a man who's been around. Probably could learn something.
Oh, Jay, it's always entertaining to cross paths with the enigmatic Maiq the liar. He may have his quirks, but beneath his tales and riddles, there might be grains of wisdom worth exploring. Just remember to take everything he says with a pinch of skepticism. After all, he does call himself the liar. But who knows? Perhaps we could learn something valuable from his unique perspective.
Exactly, that's what I'm saying. He's here in the realm of Lorcan, in Sovngarde, where there's only spirits. The man's not dead. And he's here right in front of us talking to us. He says he traverses realms and goes wherever the wind takes him. Like, of course there's something to learn from this man. Oh, and we convinced Padilla to join the group. But I already posted that video, so you can check the link. It'll be in the description if you want to see that interaction. But that does it for this video. I hope you all enjoyed the banter and back and forth. It's things like this that have the character development, and you can see how easily just talking can add up to just so much time where you just get lost in the game. Also, I'm trying to think of a name for the series. I named it Skyrim Project X because it didn't have a name, but someone in the comments from the last video suggested that I name it Isekai-rim, which I think that's a good name. We might go with that, but just tell me your thoughts in the comments below. Thank you all for watching, and the next episode will be out pretty soon. This was just a in-between episode to let you know like what happened, you know, off camera in the last episode. Alright, take care. Thank you again for all the support. Remember to like, share, subscribe, and I'll see you later.